This channel is starting to become like a joke. It's like, oh, you want to make a video? Yeah. No.
I'm not even gonna pretend that this thing is not my saving grace this morning. It is freezing cold in here today, and it is early in the morning, and I have not slept in like 30 something hours, so I'm pretty tired. But I'm really excited today, and hopefully we're gonna get started on the phases of getting this car back together again. I'm not gonna say that it'll be done in the next few days, but I do expect it to be done relatively soon. As you guys know, we just went and picked up Satan's stock engine that we actually got rebuilt and everything. They bored out the cylinders, put forged pistons and rods in there. I'd say this engine is probably rated for about 1150 to 1200 horsepower at the wheels. What we're planning on doing with this, as you guys know, the MMR engine that I have for that car is a freaking animal. Unfortunately, we were having some issues with it. I'm not sure exactly what is going on with it still, but one bank was completely low on compression. There was a whole series of videos back a few weeks ago about it. Anyways, we shipped that engine off to MMR, and we've been calling them trying to check up on it and stuff like that, but they've been busy with the holidays and everything, so hopefully they'll be getting started on it in the next few days. So with me knowing that it was going to be a good few weeks until we get it back, I kind of got next day shipped from Jeff at Hellhorse Performance. Thank you so much, dude, by the way. But he next day shipped us some head studs, some pistons, rods, everything, rings, ARP hardware, and we went and just took all this stuff and we went to the machine shop, and I was like, hey, let's throw this thing together. As you guys know, right over here I've got the stock MT82 transmission that came out of the black car. That trans carried me to 971 in that 4,000 pound stick car with the stock trans. Anyways though, that exact power plant with that engine and be able to have an entire Coyote power plant to be able to swap it into something. Shut up. So now what we're going to be doing today is we're going to hopefully be getting the head gaskets put on, throw the heads on. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what we're doing with the heads, because they're not even supposed to be belonging on this Gen 2 block technically, but we're going to make everything work. We've got a Gen 2 block, Gen 1 heads, which is off of like a 2013, 2014 Mustang. Oh yeah, we're going to be running the Gen 2 cams, and we do have the valve springs in those heads, so we'll be able to rev it pretty crazy. All in all, even though it is going to be parts gathered from like all kinds of different stuff, we should be able to complete an entire engine and have it pretty safe to about 1,000 wheel horsepower. I don't know if you guys saw the video or not, but I made this video where I was like, oh, we're going to twin turbo Satan, because I had the idea, we were like, it'd be cool to take the twin turbo setup, being that they're oilless turbos that are off of the GT350, because they're just kind of sitting here until the engine gets back for the Shelby. So I was like, let's twin turbo that. And then I started looking into it and thinking about it a little bit more, and it's actually a lot more complicating than I thought. We'll probably just put the blower back on this car, but anyways, and then to top it all off, after we get done, we're gonna go ahead and load up Meep in the trailer, and we're taking Meep to the tuner, because as you guys saw, we've been having a little bit of problems with the cold starts. As you guys know, we are giving that car away, and this one's a short one, a really short one, so we're looking to get all this stuff taken care of very, very quickly to make sure it's perfectly reliable for whoever wins it. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, by the way, go to itsjust6.com. You can check out the link in the description or the link in the pinned comment. Every $10 spent gets you one entry towards winning the car, and it is really cool. Hey, just a surprise. Keep it a secret, so don't tell anybody. But we got some wheels coming, and we got a steering wheel coming. So shh, don't tell Doug. We might have one. Yeah, maybe. We kind of do have one already, but yeah. Shh.
What if I just tripped and dropped this $2,000 Coyote head? Wouldn't that be so sad?
Just grab the voodoo heads over there.
I believe these had an angle job done on the valves before I got these heads. These heads I actually got whenever I've already explained this a few times, I'm sure you guys remember, but I actually got these heads whenever I was on a cruise. Honestly, this is exactly why people do stuff with LS. The only way to go fast with a Coyote car is if you've got a lot of money, because that stacks up fast. LS's, they're just like, oh, go grab that van motor over there, put some sleeves in it, let's sand that, and they just run 7s with the power glide. And then us Coyote guys are over here like, damn bro, we just spent 40 grand to run 10s. I really do think we should do that one day though. We should do a mod for mod, an old ass Camaro, an old ass Mustang, like 2001 Camaro, 2001 Mustang. That LS1 Camaro is gonna eat that dog. Yeah. Why do we have 7 coil packs? Oh, there it is. Okay, so these are the Cometic head gaskets, the MLX. These are the same gaskets that we got for the big motor, so we wanted to throw these on here just to have the added security, especially being that we're probably gonna be running a pretty decent amount of boost through it. So let's go ahead and slide that thing on. That's mint right there, baby.
Start it up.
Start it up.
SK, don't look at this.
SK, don't hide your eyes. It's an impact.
No, it's a. Look, just edit, Daniel. Edit that whole part out right there. Oh.
Getting paid, riding high, king flame, all they do is get mad, all they do is get paid, all I do is kick flame, getting paid, ride high, kicking flame, all I do is get mad, all I do is get paid, all I do is talk shit, all I do is kick flame. Now pretty much what we can do is we can go ahead and get started on the timing set. I'm sure you've seen this exact process on this channel probably at least 3 or 4 times now, but it looks like we're gonna keep doing it. We've got this engine to do it on, and the next 2 actually are coming back fully assembled, huh? As a full long block, so we shouldn't have to time them again. Should be the last.
Stop it. Don't even
For a while. These are all the MMR components out of the stock engine, if you guys remember. The one thing that I did do to that engine is I did put billet oil pump gears, crank sprocket, and head studs. And those 3 combinations literally lasted the longest time until the piston finally gave out and broke a ringland. Head studs, billet oil pump gear, crank sprocket, and that's all you need.
On a Gen 2.
On a Gen 2.
Not a 1.
Very accurate, yeah. Not a Gen 1 Coyote. You will blow yours. Since we're giving away Meep and everything right now, all the merch sales that are coming through, we're probably going to take the stock pistons that we took out of the car whenever it broke the ringlands and everything. We've got a ton of pistons left over from the GT350 and the Coyote. We definitely could save them and use them as spares, and we definitely could sell them if we wanted to, but I think it'd be a lot cooler for you guys to be able to have a part of the car, well, kind of both cars, the GT350 and Satan. So anyways, the plan is to sign all of these from all the members on the 6 crew and then basically throw them in random packages throughout the giveaway. We've got a lot of other parts too, as like little souvenirs, and there's a lot of people that have asked for stuff like that, so I don't want to like sell them. I don't know, I feel weird about that, but it definitely would be cool to just throw them into orders though as like a bonus item. So if you guys want to check that out, go get entered right now down in the description. Grab some fire merch. We got some new hats, key tags, beanies. Dana, what else do we have? Put it all over the screen. Just put it all over the place right here. What you do?
It's not wanting to sit flush.
Ain't nothing that 85 foot-pounds won't take care of.
You mean snapping bolts off?
Whenever we're going to put the water pump on, I mean not the water pump, oh my god. Whenever we're going to put the oil pump on,
They're gonna be, that's your problem.
the crank sprint, the crank, every time we go to put the oil pump on, the crank is sprinting, I cannot talk dude. The crank is spinning fine without the oil pump bolted down, but we bolt it down, and as soon as we torque it down to the block, the crank no longer spins for some reason.
Yeah, on my hand. See? Hunky-dory, as we may call it.
Spinning free.
Okay, well.
Now watch how weird, okay? Like literally all we're doing is just snugging it down to the surface, and there's no burrs on the other side of it. We already checked it.
Yeah, we deburred that
It's
side.
flat, and there's no like small amounts of ugga-duggas on there.
Yeah, and of course we will torque them to spec, but that's just to get it flush, just for purposes here.
Now watch. Look at this.
Ugga-dugga kind of strong, but this motherfucker is locked, so something's going on here, and I don't know what it is. But a line hole is what does your mainline bore. And if that's off a little bit, crank could be at a slight angle.
So basically, to explain it to you guys, if you're not understanding, the front of the engine is flat, and you've got a crankshaft that runs through here, and it's supposed to be completely perpendicular. But what happens if you accidentally get them off canter just a little bit? Let's say instead of it being completely flat like that, it's just angled the slightest bit. I will say if that is the case, I'm just gonna explode. We literally just got this engine back from the machine shop. Took it to a very good machine shop around here. I'm not even sure if they did a mainline hole or not, so this is all just speculative, but it is odd that for some reason. Then see, this is what's also weird, is that this is the exact same oil pump that we pulled off of this exact same block. Like nothing has changed at all. It's the same crank, same block, same oil pump, same gears, same everything, except for we took it to get machined, and they had to obviously take the lower bottom end out to put new main bearings and remachine everything. So I'm really hoping and crossing my fingers that something didn't happen. And for the people that are new here, I'm sure it looks like a complete shit show. They watch the videos and they're like, oh, this guy, all he does is complain, but nothing ever works. But I mean, like, I get that, I really do. It's just so frustrating because no matter what we do, like we got this engine back to be able to get this car running just temporarily until we get the other engine back, because that engine had problems, and then that engine completely dropped the cylinder. Yeah, we've done this so many times, and they literally just bolt in and go. Got this Lethal Performance swag. Oh. We put the heads on and everything, but we were putting the oil pump back on the front of the engine, and for some reason, whenever we bolt the oil pump down, the entire rotating assembly locks up.
Let me go ask my motor guy in the back and see if he's ever had that happen to him. Hang on just a minute.
Okay, he's not wrong though. I've never seen that happen either. Oh yeah, it's wild how everybody else goes. Like any but normal person can go to a machine shop and be like, hey, I need to get these rods and pistons put in and have it balanced, and they'd be like, oh okay, cool, and they'd give it back and everything would be fine. It doesn't work like that for me. We get that whole monstrous MMR motor put together, and it's just like, nah, it's all good.
Did you by chance buy a billet gear pump or a billet gear to put in your pump?
I did, but they were actually in there before we dropped the engine off.
That is confusing. Okay, let me put you on hold a third time.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you for the help. I'm just happy that he's actually trying to help. Hang on, let me video that. See, with that bolt loose, It spins perfectly fine.
You see that? It kind of hangs up a little bit.
Pretty much at a loss for words on that. If that stuff was already running together beforehand, it should be running afterwards.
So they said that they did not have to do a line hone, which means that they did not bore out the main bearing races.
Smack it real good on the back side and the front side, see if it,
All right, we're about to try the hammer trick and see what we got.
Well,
kids, don't try this at home. Oh, there it goes. It's starting to spin over a little bit.
It spun just a hair, but now it's still locking up again.
So basically what he was saying is that we put brand new thrust washers in here whenever we did the main bearings and everything, obviously. The thrust is basically where the crankshaft sits to the front or the back of the engine. There's thrust washers in there, and he was saying maybe by just the slightest chance the new thrust washers were at different tolerances, so the crank is actually sitting just like 1,000th or 2,000th or 3,000th of an inch forward. And so whenever the oil pump goes all the way seated down, it's catching the end of the crank because it's sticking out a little bit more than it normally is. But we tapped the hammer trying to get it just seated back a little bit just to see if that could have been the problem, and it did free up a little bit, so that kind of is pointing in the right direction. I do think he's onto something though. We might need to pull the oil pump out and look at the oil pump gears and maybe flip it and just try a few different things, but we really don't have any more time today to mess with it, unfortunately. We've got to take that car to go drop off at its tuner, so I'm a little bit bummed out. We were supposed to be getting this entire engine assembled today. I guess we're gonna have to delay it a little bit until we figure this out. So another roadblock, but no big deal. What the hell is this thing doing? Oh! Yeah, it's not doing a burnout. We just got the car started up, and it started up like it was having no problems at all. It's like, what? Why are y'all taking me to the tuner? I'm fine.
Oh no!
No, come on, Meep. Battery died. Look at Doug's face. All right, this thing needs a battery too. Guys, I swear to God, we're gonna have... I swear we're gonna have this car ready to go by the time it's given away, bro, I swear. Huh?
So it buys cars and built motors, won't buy batteries.
No, we can buy a battery. It's just like, how does everything keep messing up, dude? Unfortunately. Oh, nice, dude. I like how it's just been raining on the merch because the vent decided to blow off going down the interstate. But guess what? It's not even on the front one. It's on the back one too. Both the vents, dog, were going down the interstate, and I just looked in the rearview mirror and I just see them blow off. So now both of my little manhole covers up here are just gone. This channel is starting to become like a joke. It's like, oh, you want to make a video? Yeah. No, like we literally came into this today and I was like, you know what? We got a freshly built short block, bro. We can assemble that mug. We can make a video of it. It's gonna be great to have some nice little car content. And it was like, nah, bro, you good. But then I was like, hey, but we get to drop Meep off. We just crank that thing up. It started up. I was like, ooh, then the battery just gonna die right there. I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping with everything in me. We're gonna put a new battery in here. We're gonna take this thing to the tuner. He's gonna throw a new tune on this thing. Bop, gonna get it back home. It's gonna be ready to go. For the next like month, I'm gonna be driving this thing every day. I'm so excited for somebody to get this car for the sole purpose of the fact that I really hope the Meep tradition just carries on. Do you know the shit that this thing has been through, dude? I'm not even gonna lie, this car has been through hell. Oh!
You need somebody to come pull you out.
Oh, it's knocking! Oh my God! We bought this car, dude, and it was perfect until I jumped over it. My knee hit right here and bent the fender in, and I was like, damn, that sucks. We gotta paint it now. I don't know how that made sense at the time, but it did. Well, we just made it to his house, but nobody's here, so we're just gonna unload it, set the key somewhere where he can find it. Alright. Why is this driveway gotta be so steep?
We had one good push.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, ready? Hang on. Just hold it. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, go. The real question is, do we have 6 more inches onto this slab? Hey, we did good, bro. We did good. Give me some. We knocked that thing from there to here. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, come on.
That was hard. That was actually way harder than I thought it was gonna be. Anyways though, he's gonna be home in about 20 minutes. He's gonna start working on it. 2 days from now, we should be able to come pick it up, so let's go. I just got back to the shop. Doug said that what was happening is that some bolts that hold on the oil pump were basically going through and barely contacting the crankshaft on the other side. So he said he took the grinder and literally just ground down and it clears now. So
yeah, I don't know if it was the thrust washers being ever so slightly larger. I don't know what it was, but it was real weird. It's the same ones we pulled out, so I just put them back in.
And it is spinning over fine now, he said so. Anyways, guys, that is probably going to be a wrap for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, drop a like on it, comment down below, let me know whatever you guys want to see in the future. A lot of stuff coming in the next few days. Hopefully this car will be back up and doing something again, because I made one pass in this car and then we found out that the motor was ticking and it was down on compression. And I was like, uh-oh. So we took it out, pulled it, and sent it off to go get reevaluated and figured it out. And that was it. So while the motor's gone, like I said, reassembling this one should be able to handle some power. So I guess we'll figure it out in the next few days for sure. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.